People who grew up in the 1970s were shaped by a world that felt slower, quieter, and far less forgiving. There were no phones buzzing for attention, no instant answers, and no safety nets made of likes and notifications. When something went wrong, you didn't Google it, you figured it out. And psychology shows that this kind of environment wires the brain differently, especially when it comes to patience, emotional control, and resilience. As children, they learned early that boredom wasn't a problem to escape, it was something you sat with. Long afternoons, silent rooms, and unstructured time forced the mind to wander, imagine, and adapt. That's why many people from this generation feel strangely comfortable with silence. Their brains weren't trained on constant stimulation, so they don't panic when nothing is happening. In today's fast world, that calm often looks like emotional strength. Discipline in the 1970s wasn't gentle or explained. Feelings were rarely discussed. You were expected to handle it, even when you didn't fully understand it. Psychology calls this emotional self-regulation, learning to manage emotions internally instead of seeking validation. That's why many people from this era don't talk much about stress, even when they're carrying a lot of it. They learned early that survival came before expression. They also developed a deep respect for resources. Nothing was wasted, not time, not food, not effort. This created a mindset of caution and responsibility that still shows up today. They plan ahead, they fix things instead of replacing them, and they don't chase quick pleasure the way modern dopamine systems encourage. Their brains were trained for delay, not instant reward. But here's the part most people miss. While they appear emotionally tough, many people who grew up in the 1970s carry unspoken emotional weight. They were strong because they had to be, not because it was easy. And psychology shows that when resilience is learned without emotional support, it creates quiet strength mixed with silent exhaustion. So when you see someone from this generation staying calm in chaos, not oversharing, not reacting fast, it's not emotional distance. It's a nervous system shaped by a world that demanded patience, endurance, and self-control long before comfort became normal. And once you understand that, the way they think suddenly makes perfect sense.